Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Maverick here, and we are ready for yet another episode of Your Lie in April. Now, just a reminder, this is a pre-recorded episode, so any potential feedback from episode 12, or some some corrections that you guys would have to make, is not going to be reflected in this one since I'm pre-recording this. So, anyways, last episode, I do believe that due to some health condition of Koari, Kosei is going to be up there playing alone, holding the audience, holding the crowd by himself, playing Rachmaninoff's arrangement of the Lied, right? I do actually really like that performance, that arrangement very much, so let's just see how he actually does. Alrighty, beginning in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, we're actually getting to see his mom now. You're surprisingly, your vocabulary is pretty good, Kosei. Oh, absolute pitch. And now she's calling him Mr. Mediocre. Okay, I'll see you guys in a second. And back. Yeah, people are gonna be. Towa competition was actually a violinist competition after all. But how? That doesn't make any sense, honestly. Yeah, like what the heck? Is anything actually gonna happen? Or is he going to be? Yeah, this is the recommended. Just those little trills at the very end tell you the difference. Mm. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. Mm. So how exactly is he going to? Hmm. So he's gonna change flying cells yet again? Okay. But this is basically like Kosei's redemption episode. And they're actually showing his mom's eyes now. So I guess with this episode, he's actually going to, completely walk out from this. They must be like the judges and those that understand music must be completely yeah. Is that why you also disappeared for 2 years? Okay, okay, that kind of explains it. Good, because that was also one of the questions I had. Okay. You know what? I love this. They actually, it actually makes logical sense. You guys have no idea how happy that makes me. Aww. I'm actually getting kind of emotional over this. Now it's playing for his mom.
届くかな。
Mm.
届くといいな。私がいなくなったら、後世はどうなるの？ちゃんと生活できる？音楽で食べていける？今私にできることは、譜面を忠実に正確に弾かせること。手に技術さえあれば、将来なんとか食べていけるかもしれない。ひどい母親。ここに何も残してあげられない。いやさ、磨きできるかしら。どこでも寝ちゃうから、風邪ひかないかしら。運動が苦手だから、怪我しないかしら。もっと、そばにいてあげたかった。私の宝物は、幸せになれるかしら。知ってたんだ。母さんの亡霊は僕が作り出した影。逃げ出すための理由、僕の弱さ。母さんはもうあの場所にいない。
He's saying goodbye.
母さんは僕の中にいる。そうだよね。
Living on
ピアノは
the piano.
抱きしめるように弾くんだよね。ねえねえ、お母さん。
Again.
喜びと愛の悲しみがあるのに、どうしていつも愛の悲しみを弾くの？
I think this is like the third time he's repeated this.
悲しみに慣れておくため。私たちはつながっている。音が断続的につながるように、私たちは共有している。音楽を通して、
And me.
誰かと、知らない誰かと、世界中の誰かと。君も行こう。誰かと同じように、母さんともつながっている。そう信じているから、僕は進むんだ。だから、
There we go. Hmm.
さよなら。
That was nice. And again, audience stays. Hmm. And actually, okay.
さよなら。
Kari did not show up either. So well, it's gonna be tough to go out in this kind of situation. Yeah, dude, you played it like 3 times.
モテモテだね、色男。娘が男の胸に飛び込んだなんて知った？旦那な。先には母さん、近くにピアノのタッチも運びも、ザルをきっと踏む癖も、味の好みも、食べる順番も、僕のちょっとした仕草に母さんがいる。
I'm getting emotional as well. I wonder, is this like the first time he actually cried for his mom? Yeah. Playing for his mom as well. Now this is a kid with a very good positive attitude, actually. Or resilience, I guess. うん That's nice. あー Don't kid yourself. 'Alright, so even though this is, seems to be a happy ending, the next drama is right around the corner, right? Ah, she is being very, very smitten right now. うん Definitely interesting. Oh, and they still haven't been able to find Kari? Oh, they know each other. Kari.
彼に何かをもたらしたのだ。それは鬼の通る道だ。悲しみが成長させる。後世が進むのなら失って進むのかもしれない。
Oh, come on. Come on. Don't be like that. Oh my god. Well, I'll see you guys after the ending. Alrighty, so that was quite the emotional episode, right? And that ending, man, like, seriously. Coming to the conclusion of Kosei only being able to grow if he meets sorrow or tragedy within his life, and then juxtapositioning that with Kaori's situation, seriously not cool, man. Not cool at all. But again, we'll leave that for later, right? I don't want to talk too much about any potential tragedy or sorrows or whatnot that will happen in the future. Let's talk first about this episode, right? The emotion episode. I was getting kind of emotional as well, especially at the very end with Kosei crying. Didn't actually cry, but the emotions were there. I did like how they fully explained something, but I also feel like they didn't fully explain another thing. And let me clarify. So first of all is in regards to Hiroko's situation, right? Last episode, I kind of made this comment like, where were you these past 2 years? Like, you're clearly one of the centerpieces and one of the most crucial keys to getting Kosei out of this kind of, getting him out of this self-imposed prison on his own mind. I sincerely do believe that she is the deciding factor here. And where were you these past 2 years? And so they gave a pretty logical explanation here, right? She was the one who pushed Kosei onto the road of music. She feels responsible for it, so she feels that okay, so he shouldn't be touching music anymore, and then finally learning of him actually starting music again, and then coming back and thinking it's actually her duty to see this on through, if not just in honor or in memory of her dear friend, right? So I did like that entire situation. That explains a lot, and to me, and I always feel all warm and fuzzy inside whenever there's some sort of unanswered question or situation and the work actually gives a satisfying explanation to it. Like that just makes me all happy and giddy. So I did like how they actually touched on that part. The thing I feel like I'm still not 100% sure they actually resolved yet is basically in Kosei's entire situation, right? Like, okay, I get it. This whole episode was fairly wholesome, right? They basically showed, Saki or Kosei's mom definitely still loved him very, very, very much. It's just that the love manifested itself in another way, right? And okay, I totally get that. The thing though is that I had, from the very beginning, I thought that Kosei was maybe living in the shadow of this sort of like trauma or abuse from his mom, right? So maybe that was the reason for him being getting shut in and all that. And then later on, with that very crucial explosion by Kosei against his mom, standing up, being defiant, I thought that was actually the real trauma or the real shadow over his heart, right? So basically, maybe putting some of the burden on himself as well. Like, even though he is the one who's receiving all this abuse, but still he was the one at the very end to snap out and say some words that he definitely regretted in the end, right? And potentially that is what's weighing down on him, and that's why he's having this sort of self-imposed punishment on himself, right? So I'm not really how does him doing this actually alleviate him from this sort of guilt that he supposedly should be facing, right? Again, this is all my theories and whatnot, but I feel like with what I've seen so far, this is how his mental state actually is, how he's actually thinking. I could be wrong. It's just that it makes logical sense to me to follow this form of thinking. And so, okay, fine. You know that your mom loves you, right? But did that really change anything? If nothing else, wouldn't that just maybe even increase the guilt that he would be feeling for the very ending moments, the ending days or weeks or whatever of his mom's life. I don't I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I guess you could say that this, in essence, is his sort of apology in a way, and so his way of, it's his way of saying goodbye, right? It's like his apology. Yes, I finally did what you asked of me. Playing a brilliant, a perfect performance in honor of you. I have done what you ask of me now, so we can bid our farewells. Is it like this kind of situation? Or again, maybe even though he's feeling this guilt, but the entire reason that that he's having this psychological trauma is because he believes that he has this hatred for his mom, which then again manifests itself, if you feel hatred then they feel hatred back, and so he's getting this trauma because through some weird twist of the mind, he feels that his mom is also feeling hatred towards him, and so that is the punishment that he's received, right? I don't know, potentially, right? And then so once he gets into his head that no, his mom loved him all along, then presumably he wouldn't think that his mom is punishing him of something. Like, is that the end thing that they're trying to say here? Again, I'm not entirely certain of this. It's just that I feel like, my feeling of this is that he's feeling guilt towards his mom, and does this situation actually alleviate him of this guilt, is what I'm trying to say. Again, if you guys have any other ideas or you're perceiving this entirely differently, do let me know as well. It's just that for me, I feel like this hasn't really solved the situation, right? And besides, if he really did say goodbye to his mom and everything is okay now, presumably this also should mean his hearing is back, question mark, right? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out later, right? Because now, of course, we get right into the next drama situation. So, my prediction did not come true. Kaori did not come back and, try to laugh it off or cover up for it at the very end. No, she got busted, and now her friends are going to be very worried for her. But then again, I'm still wondering if she's actually going to tell the whole truth, or is she actually going to tell a lie in April? Although it's not, I don't think it's April now anymore. Yeah. And then there's also this entire situation with Tsubaki as well, right? Again, not really sure like what kind of emotion she's feeling. Is she just realizing that she actually likes Kosei, or is it the case of she feels Kosei is growing more and more apart from her? Like, Kosei's grown up, Tsubaki herself hasn't grown up yet. Is that why she's feeling this sort of sorrow and fear and uneasiness, because she's feeling that she's getting further and further away from Kosei? That's how I'm choosing to interpret the situation. But before we actually get some more of what she's actually thinking, it's kind of hard to say still. So yeah, basically that's it for this episode. The actual performance itself, I don't really have anything much else to say. Like I said, I do enjoy Rachmaninoff's arrangement much more than the original, and Kosei played it well, played it swimmingly. Although again, maybe a bit repetitive, but as usual, the anime used different kinds of background instruments, accompanying instruments, to sort of change it up a little bit, right? By my count, he definitely repeated playing at least 3 or 4 times there, which is okay, I guess. So yeah, not much else to talk about for this episode. I think I'll be watching one more. I'll be pre-recording one more, so I'll see you guys in the next one.